boy Big Kev. What's going on, man? What's going on? It's your favorite host, Twan South. What up? This your boy Chris Frank.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Teasy from the Clear Motion Picture Gang of Don't Bang, and you are listening to Voice of Radio.
Yeah.
These artists are, you are now tuned in to Voice of Radio. What up with it? It's your boy Q Nice, man.
What's poppin'? It's your girl Jessie Jet, and I'm here, and I'm always tuning in to Voice Radio.
Hot mess in the evening. Tune in, y'all. Don't be sleeping. Yep.
Here we go in 5, 4, 3. Let's go live real quick. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, bam.
Welcome back to the Sohigho Cannabis Show, Sohigho Gas Company over on YouTube. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're broadcasting live from the Voice It Radio studio here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. We appreciate everybody sticking in with us and giving us the support, especially our Facebook fans. And I thank a lot to our radio president, owner, EP, for sitting in on the board for me today. It's always a privilege, and he gave me this great honor at the great radio station, kicking off the Tuesday block. It's the Tuesday Powerhouse block. I'm always fortunate enough to kick it off. We got Al Porter's Hip Hop Show following up me at 7 o'clock, and stay tuned tonight on Hot Mess in the evening. It's going to be a special show tonight, though. We appreciate all y'all for y'all support and tuning in. Don't forget to like and share. And if you got some comments, you can either call me or EP. You can hit us on the Facebook phone. We'll take questions for you this week. Call my cell phone. I'll put you up. If you got my number, I ain't going to broadcast it just yet, but we got questions we'll answer. Last week, we answered some good questions, and appreciate everybody for stopping in. Thank y'all people over on the YouTube who checking in for us, man. Thank y'all. If you got any questions, any cannabis questions that's in my knowledge to answer, you type it in the comments. I'm going to be happy to get it up for you. Give EP a call over on the Facebook, and we'll definitely shout out. Thank y'all. We had a great weekend. I got my little picture up here from my birthday gift from my son. I am just, my grandson. I'm so happy to have Jair here. He was having a little procedure that got canceled, so today I'm a little light on the weed because I ain't even want to go in all the emotions too. Also, since the last time we've been on the air, I had a birthday, and I went to Michigan. And if you guys today, I want to talk a little bit about the legalization. When we get into that block, I was actually, if you go to the YouTube channel, you will see me standing in 200 acres of marijuana. 200-acre cannabis farm, and that's by these guys right here, made by a farmer. They got an all organic show thing. I'm definitely gonna get my man EP. He definitely looking over here. We got to give him a little sample of the Focus brand, and we gonna give them our feedback. I should be getting up there to get a whole compliment of all that they do. Get them guys a real shout out. I actually went to their farm. You look on my YouTube at that, and if you never seen a brother standing in that, let me tell you, I've been around this plant my whole life. I have never in my natural life been around 200 acres. I hate to tell you the truth. I done did some illegal shit back in the day. I've been around some pounds, but I have never been around 200 acres, and I'm going to be fortunate enough to go back, and maybe we can do our broadcast from up there one day, because they want to run me through maybe the world's biggest bubble hash. And that's a technical term on how we extract the trichomes off the marijuana leaf. but it's a farm initiative bill. I do want to shout that out in our thing here on our podcast over here at the Sohigho Gas Company. We like to talk about the legalization, the cultivation, and information about cannabis. And on the legal side, we're gonna start off this first block with the legal side. Like I tell you, I visited acreages of cannabis plant and how they are getting away with it and not how they're getting away with it. The legal part about this is they are actually growing CBDG dominant. And what a lot of people don't know, CBDG, and that is the ingredient that's in weed that's responsible for the uptake. So when you're looking at CBDG, you can get into some of the uptake of it. We might have to Dave, I see you over here. Give me a call. If you give me a call back at the top of the hour, we're going to get Dave's one on the line. And we got an event coming up on August 10th about the block party over there. And we definitely going to get a block and talk about what we're going to be representing. That's going to be probably in toward our last block. We'll talk about some information. But Dave, give me a call back at the top of the hour and we'll get in that. Now, on the legalization side, up at the farm, made by Farmers Farm, they are growing CBDG. And as of the 2018 Farm Bill, you can grow hemp products for cannabinoids and other things for gummies, oils, and extract. Where that bill always comes in, where the issue is in the actual flower that we like to consume. The most legal thing you could do is have your stuff as THCA. And all of the stores and all of the gas stations, that's how we get by, including my own smoke shop, we get by selling THCA. It's a legal product. It's good. A lot of people find medicinal effects out of it, but that's how you go about it. Also, right now, if you don't know, the FSA report for everybody who got the cannabis license for research, you have to do some reports. And the funny thing about this state is that our infrastructure is not even set up for the amount of licenses that they have. That's why I'm glad to have our opportunity to do this, but I wish the lawmakers would look up some of us people who really like being into the really like being in the cultivation of it and want to be legal with this and how we go about it. But it's just not so clear because our law is written that what it says. We can possess 2.5 ounces for transportation. Don't know how much you can hold at bulk. You can grow 6 plants per adult for 2 households or 2 addresses in that household. How did that compile with if you have a commercial spot and you don't want to grow around your kids? Is it legal for me to have a marijuana club? I do have some information on that. It has been challenged. I believe down in Cincinnati, some people, no, it was actually in Toledo. They had a marijuana club and they offered things online and they really served their community. Now, if you're selling THCA and you look at the farm bill, you can ship that all over the world. That's just another farm product and it's very good. As far as these people just shipping packs, don't know. It's gray area. I really don't know. But nowadays, just like with the hemp, the Farm Act, now farmers get protection over their crops by doing the Farm Act. And that is so good because it's just like the corn farmers or anything. When you grow on commercial, you want Mother Nature probably would be your worst enemy growing outdoors. If you look at that video and you see them damn 200 acres, it's just wide out. And that's exactly what some of the questions I asked. What's the number one pest? What do you have? What's your problems? And if you look at that farm, they are so incredible. Each one of those plants was hand planted. So you got to think about that. That's some old, I don't even know. Being brown here in America, man, that is some labor that you better have to love doing because you're going to be out there. But at least you'll be out there in the spring planting that hand by hand. I forgot the brand name that they was growing, but all you guys who started about May and put your outdoor flowers out there, they should be budding. And that whole field was budding. And they have so many great products, such a great organic farm. And it's hard to be rated as an organic farm up there. And they do have a ballot initiative. So if you are in Lodi County and you want to support some good, sustainable people, listen, man. My man, John Lloyd, who's the chief technician up there. And I'm gonna tell you, shout out to John Lloyd and his family and him and his service to the country. He not only got one Purple Heart, he should have two if he didn't get it, because he took two separate little dings right before he was getting out of Afghanistan. Really good guy. Really, like, I know he went through leadership management training through the service. The way he runs his team, I'm gonna tell you how dedicated they are. They have a guy driving up from Toledo to work on that farm, and it is a great, well-run organization. They take care of their people. When I went up there, it was on my birthday. I stopped by to get that free birthday stuff out the dispo up there, to be honest with you. And then these guys were set up out front, and they just said, "Hey, you want to just go visit our guy?" I was like, "Well, how far is it?" Thinking I was going. He was like, "It's like 10 minutes from here." I was like, "Say less." I called my son up, and we went out there. And John and his crew was just so hospitable. Everybody was really under 35, and you look at these guys in agriculture doing something. Some people might disagree with the crop they pick, but it's profitable, and it's very profitable, and it's sustainable. And when you go to a garden like that, that's switching their films to sustain this, switching their crops to sustain their ground and keeping things regenerative on top of each other, that is exactly where I think we can be all the way through this growing sustainable. So yes, they are. It's great. I know Focus gummies. I tried them a few times today. I should eat three of them, and it really, I can say, I don't know, because over the last couple of days, I don't know, some people caught up with me a little bit. I might have greened out a couple times on some people trying to catch up to me for my birthday, but it was very good. Uh, Also, definitely in the legal side, I did some research on the marijuana club. So marijuana clubs seem like a smart way to get around the law. Like, me and EP just got a closed door club, and y'all come in, y'all smoke, and then I'm growing medical marijuana for the patients of that club. Technically, by the law, it's similar to alcohol. We can have an Elks Club and sell liquor at discount prices off of MSRP and things like that. But it's not for that for marijuana. I actually think in that club it might be some things, because we're talking about federal law that won't let us get through, let us allow us to smoke marijuana, because the schedule federally is still looked at as cocaine or heroin. It's still a Schedule 1 narcotic, which is like crazy. Any one of you presidents out there, we never get political on this thing, but I'm gonna vote for cannabis any chance I get. Any one of you presidential candidates, or you want to run for mayor or anywhere, I'm talking about you want to beat your mayor in Worcester or Mansfield or anybody, just become weed friendly. And I bet you out of the smoke and the smoky cars, it's going to come some voters that's going to support you, because the taboo and the stereotype about this, we have to get over this in this state right here. That's why I was looking forward to getting Sapo World. Shout out to Sapo World up in Michigan, and people who go to it's backwoods and backyards. I forgot they thing. They had their event. Playmakers represented from up there. It was some great events going on up in Michigan. But Sapo World, with breaking the stigmatism up there, is just the man. Hopefully we'll have him on Zoom call. I sent them the Zoom link. If you email me back, we can get you up soon as you want to. Shout out to my man up at the Vehicle City Social up in Flint, Michigan. He is, I'm going to be honest with y'all, we probably, time-wise, he's got to be up there in a pioneer status, if not like legendary, for how long he's been sticking in there and sticking his neck out on the line for breaking the stigmatism about how cannabis is perceived in this world, because it's just the same as alcohol. If you're over 21, you should be responsible like any other intoxicant that you use in prescription medicine. We can abuse anything. People abuse eating too many bananas. So you can just be responsible for that. But he is really breaking the stigmatism by having events. And when you guys want to have legal events like this, the best thing I do, like we had a little B-Boy Summit this weekend. A lot of people was over 21 and they want to participate. Just get away from the wind. Find out which way the wind is blowing. Make your smoking lounge so the wind don't blow back on the people. And just cordon that thing off like the smoking lounge. Cigarette smokes is just as bad. You don't want to be smoking around people. It's the same thing with our cannabis product. I don't want to be contaminating nobody's ear. So just get off to the side, put some fans up so it don't blow around, and just keep it 21 and over in that area, and you should be good and start breaking the stigmatism of doing these things, and just make your events like. I don't think you need to go over the top and have a straight marijuana event, but you can. That food, the food people will sell out. A lot of bars that I frequent like me to come in there, and because after you leave the smoking area with me, I'm probably gonna send you to the Cottonmouth, and you're gonna buy some more drinks. So the marijuana clubs, as far as the law and what we're saying, we can assemble to participate as an adult, but I don't know if it's legal right now to even go about it that way. Still, to right now, the legalest way here in Ohio is just grow your own weed and have your own weed. That's the only legal way, but they obviously allowing Michigan to go crazy. Monroe, Michigan. I like y'all. I love y'all. It's a city that has about 30,000 people and 18 pot shots. All right, Ohioans, I'm going to tell y'all right now. If you don't go past that spot, go to exit up to Saline, High Society, or over at Rush, right off 12 in Michigan. Good products, good places. Number one for me in Michigan is always going to be I like the cookie shop. King of Buzz is not bad. Don't get me wrong. They over in Monroeville. But when you over there and you going up there and you buying an ounce for $39, right? You're not buying good buzz. You buying what's called a trim bag. So, and a lot of times, if you look at the date on the back of the weed that you getting up there, it's out of date. Stuff was harvested in 2021, and back then you can't even see the product. They purposely cover up these bags, I think, or the way they made us sell it is we couldn't see it or touch it right now. Here in Cleveland, Ohio, you go to any of these smoke shops around here, keep it a buck with you. It's on the counter. You can see it. You can open. You can touch it. You can see the freshness of it. And that's very important for the customers. All you politicians and you people out there, we want fresh product. We don't want product sitting across the line. Now, is it legal for you to come back across the line with it? One thing that I can say that Joe Biden did do, the federal statute about cannabis and marijuana, he actually took the part that you transported off state lines off the books. But are you still transporting a Schedule 1 narcotic? Yes, you are. So federally, it's great. Even though that part of the law has been removed, you can go to Monroe, but I think this is some technical, like right at the imaginary line when Ohio crosses to Michigan. I don't know if you're not transporting over state lines, to be honest with you. But even if you are, once you're in Ohio, you have the right to possess 2.5 ounces as an adult for your uses, for your personal recreational use. Now that is what the law is currently, but it's still a Schedule 1 drug. If somebody wanted to needle you down, the good thing about it is Toledo is a marijuana-friendly city. And thanks the mayor and all the people up for Toledo because they're very cool up there. They Toledo Indoor Garden, shout out to you guys, was a pioneer because they right on the border. So they got the growing going on in Ohio real early. They had classes that weekend before the law was passed. They gave out deals down to seeds and clones, and they still been going good. Shout out all the indoor gardens around here, and you guys could definitely send us some money for our title sponsorships since I'm bigging you guys up. We always looking for those. But legally, they were up there, and that town is one of the towns like Cleveland. It's just like decriminalized. You got to look for the counties and the places that decriminalize. Those guys would be a little bit more cannabis friendly than a place like, say, Ashland. Don't do Ashland and Ohio. They just always been like that. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's just a place that's they set of values down there, and it's so entrenched in that I don't think you want to really mess around with certain places close to Cleveland. Guess who? Somebody else I wouldn't open a smoke shop up. Strongsville. They kind of don't want none when they already have some counties that's already signed up that said our county will not be participating in the selling of recreational marijuana. It's kind of silly because it kind of, you take your tax dollars out of your county, out of your city. Everybody, all of us is going to be paying sales tax when we down here in America. So I don't understand that about the legalization. But when you guys go to Monroe County, you got to at least be a wise shopper. It's so overcrowded. Go to Ann Arbor. I promise you, it's only like 10, 20 minutes more. You already done drove 3 hours up there or whatever, and you might as well go seek out the best. If you really want to go further up. If you want some great deals and some great products, go see my man Sapo World at Vehicle City Social. It's great. Quiet secret is the west side of Michigan is a beautiful vacation spot. It's sort of messed up everywhere else, and guess what? It's recreational up there. You won't be smoking on their beaches or in their state parks like you can't do here in Ohio, but at a good Airbnb or you respectful in the hotel parking lot, you can have a great cannabis weekend and enjoy yourself with some good flowers. And then up there, you just shop. I never go shopping for the bullshit anyway. I want the best all the time. Well, we're going to get to our first break. Any questions about the legalization? We appreciate all you guys over here on the YouTube who comment, and thank y'all so much for showing up. And Dave, don't forget, right at about 5 o'clock, you give us a call in, and then we're going to talk about the block party over at Red Lion Tattoo that's coming up, and we'll review a few things. We'll come back with a cultivation block and a little more information. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Sohigho Gas Station here on YouTube. I think we might take a little dabby for the birthday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the Voice It radio station with the Sohigho Gas Company. Yeah. Let me see what we're doing. I see you, big bro. Let's go, nephew. Appreciate you, man. We got a dad from we got some Duce de Fresh Air. It's a little sativa. Oh, you should smell it. It smells so good. It sort of got a little cat piss at the end of it, to be honest with you, but.
Okay, we got a new number. 216.
Oh, we got a phone number. 216.
249.
249.
6650.
6650. If you want to call in, and you're on the YouTube, call into that number so we can get some calls in. There's a. Yeah, you're on the Voice of Radio. You see that drug rehab commercial jumping off too. Yeah, call Adams board.
Blast that out. Let me put that on.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got our own phone number over to the studio, y'all. We're doing big things over here. You stick with us, we gonna stick with you. We love y'all. I love EP for keeping it up in the neighborhood. Always have, man. Super support in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, thank him so much for giving us this shout out. He do more, to be honest with you. If you doing something in Cleveland and somewhere along your journey you ain't came by here, you probably ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
You ain't shit. Everybody done been in this bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now. People come in here like, you forgot me. When I was 12, I was up in this bitch. I was like, what? How long you been doing this shit, EP?
They do that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? He don't remember him because how you grown ass 35-year-old man. You remember when you
I interviewed somebody at TV20 last week who they said, dude, I was on your radio station 15 years ago when I first started.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
now he is bigger than grown since then. He
See?
came on my station when he first started, and 15 years later, I interviewed him on TV20.
That shit is like, that is a good ass circle. I'm trying to tell you, like, it's one of them things, man. For back in the day, I think, you know, if back in the day, like, if you didn't make it on Shaw Talent Show, you know what I mean? Like, it was certain events in Cleveland that you had to do. Like right now, I'm trying to tell you, man, you better take your bring up. Come on, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony was on Shaw Talent. Come on, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'll tell you a story about that. I got a story about that too.
Miss Ronstadt
Yeah.
show?
Man, I used to be the judge for the Shaw Talent show. Yeah, my dad taught up there, right? So we was doing the under the tree thing. I told Bone the first year they went to the Shaw Talent show, they was practicing to see you get in. We ain't let them in. Next year they went in. I wound up working for them after that. No, tour with them.
So you know Quaz and you know Steven Rudd.
Yeah.
Steve Rudd likes
Yep.
I'll tell you what he just did recently, man. And he disappeared on us. He coming back in a minute.
All
There
right.
you go. So you get the phone number now, they can call in.
All right. You got to
5,
show it to me again.
4, 3, 2,
Welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company, here on the Voice It Radio, right here at the Voice It Radio studio, right at Buckeye and Shaker Boulevard, westbound at the old East End neighborhood house for all you real people out here. Thank y'all so much, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And me and EP were on the break. Oh, shit, I almost forgot the dab, y'all. I was letting it cook. That's some good stuff too. A little sativa. All right, in our cultivation department, we got some freaking brands that we like to talk about that we probably all right, I'm about ready. If y'all want to do I'm gonna take 3 people. Last time 5 people ran my pockets too much, and I still didn't even do the review yet. But I'm gonna take 3 people at Sohigho 216. That's SOHIGHO 216 at Gmail. All you people in the chat over there, you want to be a free weed tester. I got 3 joints for you for the first 3 people in my email right now. That's at Sohigho 216. It's SOHIGHO 216 at Gmail. That's my man Larry who do the show. He got his joint. He actually pulled up on me at the Junior Blessed and got his joint. And we got some great, really for this week's mystery. What I'm gonna do right here is, so I want you guys to like take a taste test on the difference between the commercially driven weed and the growing it in dirt and organic. It is a distinct difference. And not just because I grow this weed that I done became a homer for my own stuff. It's that I have discovered the taste. So smoking so much that I used to didn't give a care. But now, I'm going to be honest with you, I do care about what I put in my body. And that was the great thing about being at that organic farm. Like, yeah, this is a place that I could see how ethical this place is. I smoke this stuff. They ain't trying to cut no corners. They're not using no pesticide. Ain't no Monsantos around the whole damn thing. They're not using Roundup for pesticides. And it's the same thing with your personal grow. You want to get that shit going good, and no disrespect to the nutrient driving people, you know, not ethos, but Athena products, they grow some big ass stalks. My buddy Ben is a lover of it. The weed is that, but let me tell you, it is a certain taste that goes with it. Now, going up to Michigan and seeing the predominantly, and I'm telling you which way the market is going. Michigan being so close to us, and New York being so close to us, Canada being so close to us, the whole country of Canada went legal. I don't even know, about 2000. So they've been up there about 4 or 5 years. The whole country has been legal, and seeing where the market is going, you're gonna want to know your grower. This backyard weed and all this shit getting sprayed on from China, it's short lived, folks. You want to know who growing and what they grew it with. I'm listening to another silly podcast about Fitbits for cows and chickens. And you think that's funny, but if you want to know if you had free range cow, you could track his whole life, or the chicken to see his whole life before you eat it. It's sad that we got to get there, but guess what? They making 3D meat. If they printing 3D meat, you know they're gonna make some phony ass weed. And the way they go about that is they just will get some CBD, they'll get some Delta 9 type spray that they made into a lab and lay all that shit out on the ground, and they'll go in there with a Wagner paint sprayer and spray it all down with Delta 9. That is the shadiest side of the game. A more commercial side is just driving nutrients. And don't get me wrong, they got a lot of organic nutrients. The veganics weed, that if you looked up 2 Chain on YouTube and seen the most expensive weed, it's from Cal Cushman's line. And he is unique to get it because he has a few nutrients that he got all out of plants. And most of the time you use like bone meal bone meal, it is organic, but it's not vegan, right? So I'm cool with bone meal because it's just, I don't have no ethical problems with using up the ground pieces of bones from livestock animals. You know, it's recycling for good nutrients for the dirt. And I think some way that is kind of karmic, or however we turned that over. But to the veganic nutrients, you can dry things like that. But a lot of things, they just using a lot of the nutrients to just make the growth faster because it's about commercial production. And in commercial production, time is going to be a variable. The quicker you could grow a crop, you would rather grow 4 crops a year than 3 crops a year, depending on your business model. You know, more or your demand, you might be growing different strains for different reasons, for different products. So you want to turn it over as quick. So driving nutrients, and what I mean by driving nutrients, like my buddy Ben out at Chagrin Valley Hemp Company, and out at the Garden Supply Store out in Chagrin Falls. Shout out to Ben, great grow me, appreciate him so much. He is in cocoa core, and he feeds his plants water with nutrients in it every feeding. That's driving nutrients to me. So it don't make a difference if it was thirsty or not. Every day it's on a watering schedule. And what that is doing is forcing the plant to I won't say forcing it, but you driving nutrients so much that you controlling the growth, and you just pushing it to grow flower. Sort of like not letting it take its own natural course through time. Now, the way most of us, I won't say most of it, the way I predict the market is going to trend, even in that, you got to drive the natural nutrients. Cincy Grow has a cocoa core thing with pH Perfect in it. And pH Perfect, not to get all in the weeds, pH Perfect is why you do not have to use the pH meter so much to test your water to make sure it's balanced pH-wise. It's already built into these nutrients. Besides those chemicals, and you could get that natural. That's just like lemon maybe for the acid and the alkaline I forgot what you use naturally to go the other way with the alkaline. I'll tell you next week. But you can use natural things to control your pH in your water also and dry the nutrients. But everything else in there, the nutrient base is all organic. So it is organic way so that you can grow it and keep an organic certification on just growing in maybe a cocoa core or maybe the lava rock or even any type of hydro system or direct the draining system where you a flood table or anything like that where you driving the nutrients where you feeding it every day. Now when we grow in dirt, and that's the differences that I'm gonna send these free weed tasting out. So don't forget to sign up at Sohigho216 at gmail.com. You know our logo. Look right here on the YouTube and Sohigho216, and we're gonna give you probably a 3 sample pack, and we're gonna rate it next week, and you can tell the difference. We grew moon candy, and I want to talk about moon candy too. Moon candy is a great thing. We grew it in dirt. I did not grow this one in a hydro. It got grown in dirt, but this is a example of not the best genetics. Not the best. It wasn't white label seed, and white label seeds, just like me. After I grew something, I give you a bunch of my hella jelly seeds that I stressed out, and I found them. If they pop and they work, those sort of like white label seeds. I wouldn't represent that uh, from say Humboldt Seed Company or one of the seed banks or Thug Plug or Ethos. I like all of those brands myself. And don't worry, the Blind Bud, we're gonna have him back on here. He got some other ones too. But the way we grew it still was the same. Still way more flavor, good grow, good looking weed. But it took forever to cure. The taste is very, very good. But to me, I think EP are like this. It's some good daytime weed, not to get toe out your face, but it ain't definitely ain't gonna slump you in the chair. If I smoke these, I probably could smoke. I don't know. If you challenge me, I might smoke all of them in a couple days if I really was having some issue. The THC just not up in it, and that's when you have to get with good genetics. Now, lilac diesel. This is an interesting plant that we started in the cocoa court and we switched over to dirt. And that is interesting in the cultivation. If you guys have never tried that, I think you should give it a try. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. Athena grows some thick stalks. I think they lacking. Me personally, Athena, if you don't get your silica up, me personally, I just fixed that automatically with adding rice hulls to my cocoa core, and it does very, very well. I mean, that mixture right there, I think I probably should be getting that mixture out on the market. Maybe I go over to Tilt over on 2300 in St. Clair. Tilt Soil is some local guys who are doing composting and making good soil, not just for marijuana growth, for organic growing. They mess with Glendalis. Shout out to Glendalis and my man Jimmy over there growing out of Akron, a nice legal grow. That's how they got together at Tilt Soil. But it's very important to me what you growing in, and these things is it's the taste is different. Shout out to Kerr. You give me a call back, big bro. I get you back on here in a minute, bro. I'm supposed to be waiting on days. You give me a call up and we'll get you on that block. But the difference in taste that you could taste by commercially driven weed and the organic weed, it's just different. The smell is different. Just the smoothness of it. My body has already just got a habit just not to go to the other weed. Like I just don't. I kind of drift away from it right now, and that's always funny. I don't know if it's just me because I know it and I feel confident in it. That is some of everything, and that's why I'm telling you in the cultivation aspect of what we're doing with this plant, it's gonna be more important for you to know your gardener than probably what strain they growing. But the strain is important, and all you people that's out there cultivating right now, get good genetics. Come see me. That's why we get good clones out. And cloning, if you don't know, that's after you grew a mother plant out and you take a couple clippings off that, you will grow the exact same plant because the DNA is the same. So a little cultivation tip, you pop 5 or 6 seeds, only two of them plants, you might just be greedy and grow them all out, especially if you're first time. But one of those you should take some cuttings off of. So most of the time, if somebody asks me for cuttings, it's a certain time. I tell you what I have in veg and what looks good for cutting, and then we'll put that into a cloner. And what we do for the cloner is you have to have at least about 2 nodes below on the flower. And on the flower, notice after the top leaves, you come down and it'll be another set of leaves that pop off. That will be the second node. After the second node or the third node down, that's when you can take a cutting off there. A lot of people use Clonex. If you in a clone machine where you just spraying water on the roots to propagate the root stem, that's sort of like a hydroponic way to grow it. And that is the most efficient, most popular, I won't say most popular way, but the most efficient way to get like a lot of clones quick. 6 to 7 days, you should be rooting in that. Old school is we just take that cut, and a lot of times you're going to break some plants. A lot of times if your plant grows too tall, you have to give it a trim. And that is something that if you have not grown for a long time, because if you let that plant grow over the top of everything and you don't give it a haircut back, now that's another shout out to Ben. He will haircut all of his crap. And I mean, just universally, he pick a height, and if you over that height, I don't care what you look like, snip, snip, mom, you done got it, bro. And that's the thing about that. If you let your plants grow up into your lights, all you first-time cultivators up there, you need at least, if you are in flower and a bud, you need 21 inches from them LED lights. And there's some par meters. If you want to get off into the weeds, you get a light meter, and you can see how much light is on that plant from that distance. And it is very much a lot of people who definitely believe in the parameters and the thing on light, but you cannot let that plant grow all the way up into the light. If you do, it will get some brown leaves on it. Those aren't particularly bad. They just sunburnt. They just burnt leaves that got too close. After growing for a while, I really think that's how Acapulco Gold came about back in the day. If you older and you remember, we used to get that light ass weed that we used to call Acapulco Gold. That probably was weed that was left out in the sun absolutely too long. It makes sense that they would have a West Coast name because West Coast at the time don't get our same humidity, our same environment. It's not there. They just get a ton of sun and not a ton of humidity. And that's gonna burn them damn plants, no matter what. And that's just my opinion about that. But growing all of these things from a cultivation standpoint, dirt is good, but I say with the new nutrients and you trying to turn and burn real quick, a lot of people ask me like, well, what should I grow in? I'll be like, well, the real question to ask is, what are you growing for? If you're growing for yourself, I would be growing maximum taste and maximum genetics. Right here in Ohio, you want to grow for a great big yield. If they're going to give you 6 plants, and I'm going to be honest with you, lilac diesel, if y'all don't know, I got pictures and I'll prove it to you. I think after weight, we're going to be in at 1.5 pounds. At first, I thought it was going to be about two pounds off this plant, looking at it, right, and feeling on it a little bit before it got there. But it only turned out to be because it was a much fluffier weed. I think when we stopped driving the nutrients and put it back in the dirt, right? So we stopped driving Athena, went back in the dirt, because I just felt like it was the roots, just the stems was weak. If it had been outside in the wind would have blew it off, and the stalks would have been breaking off. So we went back into rice hulls. We hit it with, I think it's called Blue 2 silica. Started just giving it a straight dose of that. Thing stood up straight, still had the trellis part of it, but by the end of his life, we just had it wrapped around the bottom like a bouquet, but it was standing up pretty much on its own. Besides, Lilac diesel being one of those plants that you think it has a mind in it because it would grow over everything and anything whenever it wanted to. And that is interesting too, that I like to look at. Plants in dirt almost like they got a freaking mind. They way more competitive than plants in a hydro. And you think you got to be kidding me? No, a hydro tent they all imitated each other. One didn't want to go higher than the other one. I don't know. It was just really uniformly too weird for me. Now in dirt, them suckers just got aggressive, and I think it was just because of natural selection. Because on a plant, if you just look at, like here in Ohio and Cleveland, it's a tree state. And if you just look at the trees, the tallest and biggest tree, the biggest trees around the bottom is the tallest tree because they fighting for light. And it's just like that in your garden. So you could use that to your advantage. If you got a shorter plant and you in there cultivating, it's not illegal for you to go get a stand. You're not going to be able to lower that light. Like I say, 21 inches from your light to the canopy is ideal, especially in budding. In vegetation, it should be 26 inches. If not, and then really to be real technical, like I said, you could go and get an app and get a par meter. That's a light meter, and you could go do just a little bit of Google researching on what your lights are putting out and where they're putting that out at, and then you can know how close your plants need to be to the light. Put a stand in there and let those plants compete with each other. And for me, from my experimentation, and this go around with grow in dirt, and that's because we got so many nutrients and microbes in there. I just think those plants, I don't know, it's just very weird. It's like they got a little bit of personality in them, and they want to be competitive. It was like unicorn poop in a tent with pink runts. Unicorn poop was in the tent with pink runts, red pop, and something else. And unicorn poop just continuously outgrew their ass. I mean, not just on an average, just continuously would catch up to another plant and just go past it. Now, eat those seeds for whatever reason, they genetics. And when I grew those in dirt, the most trainable genetics I probably seen. Ethos laid down like so pretty. I laid it down. It's like laying a Christmas tree on the side and spreading all its branches out. It grew so uniformly good. Stayed low. So you guys in an apartment, the 4x4s, you want a good strain with good quality genetics that I did not grow tall. It did not grow tall. I trained that. I mainlined that. It stood up to it very, very well and produced a lot. I'm going to say it was probably about 12 to 16 inches off the dirt, and it probably produced at least about, I'm going to go and say 12 ounces, 12, not quite a pound. It was about 12 to 14 with a shit ton of larf too. And that's the larf is the lower branches that it's still bud, but it's not gonna make it to the bag. But for me as a recreational consumer of my own stuff, it's gonna make it to my joints or whatever I participate in. But it's hard to trim. That's why a lot of people take that energy at the bottom of your plant, like everything below. My buddy Jimmy always say everything below the third node, he's just stripping out. So that's when you got your stalk and you growing the top bud up to the cola. After the cola, about 2 buds down, you strip all the leaves off of it. That's also a term that's called lollipopping. Lollipopping is very good because it's taking the energy out of after you come out of vegetation and you want to make all your energy go up to budding up to the top of the plant. So that is the best thing about, I think, lollipopping is redirecting the energy, and then you don't have to have the light source trying to fight in between the plants. And then after you trim that one time, you will quit doing that. On another token, Humboldt seeds, I wouldn't do too much to that. I would let Humboldt seed grow. I wouldn't train a Humboldt seed. Humboldt Seed Company, Hella Jelly, let me think what else came out of there. We got too many from them. Jelly Donuts, Couldn't think about what else we grew. We grew a bunch of Humboldt seeds. I like them, and you can always tell Humboldt seeds because they grow these big giant families. It's like Humboldt seed genetics came from outdoor out west, out at Humboldt County. They've been growing for a long time. Don't forget, Washington State was the second state to go recreational in the Union a long time ago. So, and then back in the Grateful Dead used to go out west for the winter break, and then the hippies used to go up in the hills and grow wheat. And I thought Washington State was the coolest ass place till I found there was a bunch of racists went over there. But that still ain't gonna stop the pieheads from going up there. But Humboldt seeds, they grow very well. I would not train those seeds, and that's after growing them out. And go definitely with your organic fertilizer in there. Couple buddies of mine, like I think instead of with, especially with Humboldt seed, if you can afford to use or organic bone meal in your budding flower, just tremendous, bro, tremendous output. Oh, our favorite out of Humboldt seed catalog this last year was Cali Octane. Our Clevelanders love that purple weed and that Cali Octane. And don't train that plant. Just get to that point where you grow a big, strong plant in vegetation. I'm talking about a month to 45 days, but that's not the discount to 10 days if you popping it from a seedling. It's going to take a little bit longer. But if you know somebody like me, I'd be happy to get you some clones, or you know somebody who grow it, get you some clones. But popping a seed is cool, but the seedling stage can be tender. I have such good success that I think it's real easy. But this last time, I'll be honest with you, the Royal Cookies, I had it going, and about 2 of them after I got going after transfer was just a little too wet on the roots after they went into the dirt mix. Not so good. Not so good. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Not the best. And that had never happened to me. And they grew so tall. So that was the Royal Aussie Seed Company. It just seemed like they grow some string beans. And in doing it like that, I would have definitely went back with a pea pod. And what the pea pod will have you do, instead of like coming straight into your media, it's going to give you a little bit of transition in the seedling stage. You put it in the pea pod. That's just those little pods that blow up with water. You put your seed in there and you water that thing down, and it's easy to transfer, and you can see the roots coming out the bottom of that, and then you could trans that pea pod into any medium out of there, and it's very easy to handle. I did some trays with just coconut core. My man 420 Scene was right by just get the coconut core pots and transfer it if you want to do it like that, because that coconut core will break down eventually. It is that is probably the most organic way to go. All right, we're gonna take our last little break here on the show, and then we're gonna come back. Hopefully we get Days One up on the line and talk about the August 10th block party over on St. Clair. Once again, we coming to you live from the Voice It radio station, voiceitradio.com. Stay tuned later at 7 o'clock for the Al Porter Hip Hop Show, and following at 9 o'clock with the hit show of Cleveland, Hot Mess in the Evening, with my man EP on the mix, man. Y'all, shouts out to the Rush for giving me those birthday gifts, and we're going to dab it up with y'all. We'll be back in a minute. Yeah. Got it with my man. Like, yeah, let me get my man. Woo, this is a good one right here, EP.
Big Day 88 came with Cigar the Yellow Taliban Den. I'm here with WesternRadio.com.
It was popping. This is Stormy Never, Mr. Money for the Eagles. You already know what you get.
Man, I got to do me one of them.
G Fresh checking in all the way down from the Midwest Naptown. What it do, Cleveland? What's happening, man?
This is boy Money Making Campaign. When I'm out there,
Money making campaign.
You like when you say that.
Yeah.
Money making campaign.
Shout out to all my people leaving comments. My man DC, what's up with you, famo? What's up with Shane Preston? I see you, big bro. Man, I ain't got the what's up out.
Yeah, it's big 40, man.
Appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Couldn't do this without y'all.
Hey, what up, man? It's your boy Big Kev. What's going going on, man? What's going on? It's your favorite host, favorite
I gotta do that too, this pre-roll too. That one I gotta get my pre-roll from the state. The guy who called in, cause we.
Oh yeah. Oh come on. Yeah, I got you right now. Yeah. We forgot. Yeah. I gotta make him up something nice.
You are now tuned in to Voice Radio.
Yeah. Let me see if I got a nice container for him, so I can show out for him a little bit.
This is Al Porter Jr., the president of Black on Black Crime Incorporated.
Oh, it's in that
Fentanyl
other
is the
bag,
leading
but you
cause
know I
of
got
drug
you.
overdose death in Cuyahoga County. It is now found in powdered cocaine, crack cocaine, meth, and heroin. Any drug may contain.
Shout out, we got free stickers for y'all.
Never use alone and carry.
Please like and subscribe.
Call the Adams Board. 24-hour.
Oh shit, they got melted. Hold on, man. Y'all got refrigerator in here? These for y'all tonight. There's some chocolate. What is it? Some chocolates. My man over at Ben. Oh shit. Yeah, they just got soft in the car. I ain't even know. I wasn't even in there that long, bro.
Oh, I just slapped him in the freezer.
Go ahead.
I slapped him in the freezer.
My man got them on the gas station. He got, yeah, bro.
Infused.
Oh yeah. Don't let the kids mess around.
I'm putting him in the freezer.
Yeah, you only need the refrigerator, bro, and they, I think they'll come off the paper better off the thing.
Here at Voice Radio, we need a quality printing service. So for superior quality printing and great customer service, there's only one place to go, and that's Ruby Print. Ruby Print is the perfect printing company for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
Let me get my man. I'm gonna send him with some. He said he was having some anxiety. Yeah.
The youth broadcasting program I got on Fridays. Little dude, he was like 7. Some little dude, man.
He good.
Came over here and taught him how to do
Oh,
it. He like,
Yeah. That's cause
I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
EP, you know what it
they
was?
used to all that. Yeah.
So my kid, my 24-year-old was faking in school, 10 years old, like he couldn't do math. But I'm seeing this people put backspace, up, down, click. I'm like, that's like a 13, that's 13 input combo. I was like, dude, I'm only good for about 8, bro. You at 13?
Damn well you can.
These dudes, this is looking at like a Radio Shack kit to them.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up with this damn thing.
Like, I'm like, damn, he caught on this shit like
Yeah.
quicker than a grown person.
But then if he looked at that like, let me play radio station producer at the game, which they got a simulation probably to do that. That's so funny. That is like so wild.
They tripped me out, man. He just over here like, over here like, I'm like, how old are you?
Oh yeah.
Like, engineer the show.
Oh, that's so damn dope, man. I really love that, man. That's the only thing bad about this product is we can't mess around with it.
Right.
Shit. All right, welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast. We're in our last break, man. We're going to talk about some entertainment and some things that went on this weekend. Quiet as kept, man, in this town because, being friendly with this product, you get anxious. I bet you a lot of you guys don't know that it was a dance competition in Severance Hall this weekend. Should have called you up, EP, because it was I won't say international. It was definitely national, but I do think that one dude was he was an Asian dude. I ain't gonna mischaracterize where he from, but he ain't speak a whole lot of English. And it was crunk dancers up from Chicago. It was at Severance Hall. Bro, this shit was organized. Let me tell you how the young people are right now, man. They ain't your traditional market and thinking they need you. These niche groups out here got together and they had the competition in Severance Hall. They had the war show at the Crowbar. And then they had the picnic at the Red Lion Tattoo. Shout out to Red Lion Tattoo, Days 1. Oh yeah, shout out to Days 1 too. Talk about some shit that's going down. Days One from Red Lion Tattoo, who been on the Voice of Radio station. Oh, I'm tell you, that's somebody who's so freaking fond of you too, EP. My man Days One, really appreciate all you do, and we all do appreciate what you do for Cleveland. But Days One, Cleveland honored him. The Superior St. Clair Association over there, development over there up on 65th and St. Clair. He has got one of those billboards up with his face up on the billboard. You go down St. Clair and he up there. We gonna have to get EP. EP, I don't know who you gotta give. We gotta get some bud to get you up on that bitch. But goddamn, EP, if it ain't 2 or 3 over here on Shaker Boulevard here in a minute, goddamn it, I don't know why you didn't. And Days is, he do deserve it. Let me tell you, for being his age and what he does with the murals around town. If you see some tastefully done murals around Cleveland, that's been Days One. And he does a lot for the community. And that breakdance thing, they got their little event off because they smart. The youngsters come from out of town. They prepay their ticket. They all stay in one hotel. You have 3 different events. So I'm putting y'all on game. Have 3 different events on the weekend. So you have something on Friday, something on Saturday with an after party, and then you need like a picnic type transition area so people can leisurely catch their airplanes out at different times. That shit's ingenious.
Now that was going on, the dance competition.
Yeah.
I was at did you know the International Piano Championships?
Get the shit out of
That's
here.
what I was at.
At the International
Piano Championships at the Hannah Theater, and these people were from, I was 16 contestants from, like, some from the States, some from other countries, man. But and you didn't have, when they did the quarterfinals were at the Hannah.
No shit.
And it wasn't Bach and Beethoven.
Right.
The theme was street music from the radio.
No
They
shit.
was playing Bon Jovi, and they had, it was dual. So what they did, which was really cool, they randomly picked 2 artists out of hat, two piano players out of hat, right? And then randomly picked a song.
No shit.
So without rehearsals or nothing, 2 of the artists had to come together on that stage,
Man.
and play. What they played? They played. The ones who won played. Dancing Queen.
Okay, dancing. Yeah.
And they literally had a piano over here, one over here,
Like,
and just started playing it and played it together.
No joke.
And everyone will come up there. They get Bon Jovi.
See,
And
now,
just go off, man. It was pretty sweet.
I'm going to be honest with you. That is the type of event here in Cleveland that I would love to, like, take a gummy to.
Yeah.
When you think in this town that we don't have entertainment, I like to tell people all the time, Cleveland, you know, you just need a tour guide kind of when you get here. We kind of friendly, but we kind of got a candy coating on top of that shit. And the candy coating of Cleveland is fucking vicious, though. Don't get me wrong, bro. We some standoff people. But past that, like that type of event and the international flair that came in, most accommodate. It was a couple people that think they rolling up on some suckers in this town, but let me tell you, that's always gonna get met. But that other event at the B-boy competition, it was I forgot her name, but the Ill Style Rocker famous B-boy crew out of New York, the original ones, man. I mean, the legendary dudes. Days, I wish he was on the phone because he could tell you who exactly is. She always give me so much honor, and that's Sano's wife's best friend. They came down, and they so respectful and so thankful. And I'll tell you the other thing, being in this town, we deeper in hip-hop than the whole damn world want to know. Everybody like think that it started all out in New York. MC Chill was on this BI on the Hot Mess in the Evening. Go back and look up that damn thing, and you'll see how influential Cleveland is.
What's Dave's number? We gonna call him.
Oh yeah.
What's the number?
What Days is up.
Just throw it up some things.
Oh yeah. We just, man, hope we can get my man Dave pick up on the line, because it was such a great event. And I'm gonna tell you how we did that. Just one area in the corner, 21 and over, Don't bring your kids over there. No, nothing kitty around that corner. The water balloons and everything over there is to where we allow people to smoke cigarettes outside, and that's where we had a nice little weed thing, an event. And we are on August 10th. It's gonna be the Red Lion Block Party. I should have some more information on. Maybe we'll have those guys on Hot Mess in the evening. I'm sure one of these guys be on Al Porter's show coming up. I know Ray Stokes is gonna perform. I know they got a lineup of DJs that's around the corner and back. Each of these guys gonna be getting a hour block. I know DJ Sev, who tattoo over out in North Olmsted. Sev put that blaze on MGK. If you really want to know, I mean, it's some historic stuff. So I know he's gonna be over there DJing at that event. Sohigho Gas Company is gonna have a table over there, and we should have the Thieveling table. We should have the Thieveling truck up and get those things popping over there. So it's gonna be a very good event. I know last weekend in Columbus, it was the free seed giveaway over in at Indoor Gardens down in Columbus. They do good with the paper maker down there. Shout out to all the people, man. Y'all tap into me. I'll let it get shout out. Always looking for some more sponsorships and sponsorship people to review your products. Just like my people over at Made by Farmers, man. We're gonna definitely get them guys shout out to my main man John Lloyd up there and his beautiful family. What's that? Who was that? Oh, okay. Yeah. And we got a lot of great things coming up. You know, summertime is good. It's still a whole lot to do. It's a lot of events coming up. You know, I'll always be remiss if I get off this show on any segment if I didn't tell you. Even with these, you always got to go low and slow. Everybody just remember that. You can eat too many gummies. You can make too much oils. The regulating of the oils. I'll give y'all a little tip if y'all out there trying to make y'all oil. You only need 7 to 10 grams per cup of whatever you use, and then. Okay. We should be getting Days One. We got a little technical difficulty how we do, but we should get him up on the
Hey, Dave, you there?
Days One. Oh yeah. I think also I know coming up here also I know we got I forgot what Roger was saying too. Don't forget over at 3385 if you on the west side of Cleveland 3385 10 through 8 hit me up and you can get all your legal cannabis needs over there. Over at the Elevate store, we'll be happy to give you consultations, and that's where we're gonna be stationary at till we get these laws and everything taken care of. But for right now, we definitely got the everything legal, and talk to us because we know how to put you on game if you know what I mean. 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 Shout out to my man 420 Scenes. That's my guru. Shout out to Luna, who make the best damn dirt. And shout out to the other Luna who made my tams for me. Appreciate you. I'm looking forward to picking up my black tam. Her son do some art too over at Days One. Definitely another event that's coming up is our world famous 420 party over at Red Lion Tattoo. We are already in the planning stages of this year. It's been such a success so many years that we are really taking it serious. I know also on August 14th over at the Renew over off 200 in Euclid on August 14th, my man Stack Millions Stack is going to be having an event over there. And that is a his parties are always good. He do the same type concept where it'll be a bunch of people from out of town kicking it. They have a good ass time. It's sort of like a lifestyle type people, but they open to the public. As long as you cool, they cool. It's always a good time over there. And shout out to Harold and my man Suave Gotti actually gave us a shout out for interviewing. If you haven't looked up some of our vlogging that we do on the YouTube channel, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe and like. We really need that. You know how they not gonna like let me go all over the world till I get about 500, 1,000 subscriber. They let you on, but it's very hard to get those numbers up. So if you could tell your friends to like and subscribe over on that, I really would appreciate that. But we got some great interviews over there. I got an interview with Twig Sparks. Twig's on the vlog. He is from Cleveland, grew up in the Heights. I mean, he's been all over. And he's just one of the most accomplished tattoo artists as far as notoriety out of Cleveland. He was on the first reality TV show. He was like the first black guy. It's not Heather B. It's actually Twiggy Sparks from Cleveland, Ohio, on the Kevin Hart Inc. show. And I interviewed him over at the ABC Tavern. You could check that out on the YouTube channel under the best vlogs in the world, under that category, under the Sohigho. And last weekend, it was my pleasure, and we definitely got to get him in studio one day. My man Chris Polk over at the Red Lion Tattoo, he was chilling with us. They put up some great murals. They open to the public to see. They write on the side of Red Lion Tattoo 4030. They did that. But I got an interview with Chris Polk that went up, and it's doing numbers already. Great interview. I like doing these vlogs. So, you got some good people. Here we got my man Dave's about to call in right now. Thank y'all so much for joining in to the Sohigho Gas Company. Another podcast down. I love y'all. Appreciate all the support. I'm gonna keep doing this, man. I'm gonna keep getting better. Don't forget, low and slow. You can eat too many damn gummies, man, all the time, man. Like my man EP say, all the freaking time, man. Smoke weed so you don't punch somebody in their face. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna check y'all next week, man. Any questions, just drop it in. Stay tuned for Al Porter at 7 o'clock and Hot Mess in the evening at 9 o'clock. Thanks for EP on the mixing board, baby boy, Kathy, Miss Mickey and them. Look forward to seeing y'all at 9 o'clock. Rod Piper in the Hot Mix. Peace. Thank y'all so much, man. Shout out YouTube. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good shit. Why is it not,
You gonna get that shit right. Here, you gotta take
all right,
live.
try it again. Try it again.
What?
I'm gonna see why I ain't get no sound coming through.
What's going on? Who you want to do? Try to call
Go ahead,
somebody?
Russ. Oh,
You got to
Right.
call.
hello? Try it again.
He,
You can hear, yeah, I'm trying to figure out why I can't hear you though. So can you call back again? Yeah. But just start talking when you call this time. All right.
shout out to Jair and Ty Mello, Jazzy and Sarah. So proud of y'all. Salts of the earth making this thing right. I just
Hold on.
appreciate y'all. You got my heart.
All right,
Nick
I know you
and
can
Johnny.
hear me, Roger.
John,
Trying to get to hear you. Hold on, I gotta try to see what's going on with the audio.
nephew John, appreciate y'all.